Coming up on today's cruise news update. Yesterday, we reported that the island princess had a fire in the galley. It turns out the story, not completely fake news, but it's been massively overblown. Let's talk about it and the problems with AI. If you like this kind of content and would like to know when we release our next episode, be sure to click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so we can let you know when the next episode is out. Let's dive in. So yesterday we released a story about a fire aboard Island Princess. Now, whilst it is true there was a small fire in a galley, it seems like some articles out there are exacerbating the extent to which the fire took over the ship. So earlier on, I checked out cruisemummy.co.uk and she's put an article to say that essentially a lot of it is fake news. She went on to say, in an age where AI can write headlines faster than a journalist can fact check them, the public is increasingly at risk of being misled by fake or sensationalized news stories, especially about cruise ships. One recent example, an exaggerated viral article claiming that a fire on Island Princess cruise ship caused widespread panic, a full-scale evacuation, and even a collision with a freighter. Well, none of that actually happened. Jenni goes on to say, on Tuesday the 15th of July, a small fire broke out in the galley aboard the Island Princess while it was en route to Halifax, Nova Scotia. The incident was quickly handled by the crew, extinguished with minimal disruption, and did not require all of the passengers to report to their muster stations. So, again, while it's true, there was a fire, it was massively blown out of proportion as to what actually happened on board. Jenni goes on, yet within hours, AI-generated articles flooded social media claiming there had been an explosion, passengers in fear for their lives, and a dramatic emergency that barely avoided a disaster. Now, to be fair, the video I put out yesterday didn't exacerbate it to that extent. But it is scary that there are stories going around online that are so far from the truth, it's unreal. Now look, I'm not completely naive. News stories do get exacerbated all of the time. It's one of those things. But with AI, it is getting worse and worse. For example, the picture that I used yesterday, genuinely, I thought that was real. Yes, maybe I was being naive. I showed it to Ben and said, no, it's clearly AI. But I believed it to be real. And I thought, oh wow, crikey, that was a real fire. But from the looks of it, it was AI. And it's scary. It's happening more and more. And it's getting harder and harder to tell what's real and what isn't. And for me, the takeaway is, I think governments and internet providers, websites, they just need to do more to prevent this kind of thing from happening. There needs to be proper sensors to actually check to see if things are AI or if they're not. The other caveat is, of course, if people want to use AI for images or videos, whatever they want to use it for, that's fine. But it really needs to be clearly labeled that it is AI, just so it's fair to the viewer. Do you know what? I wish we could go back to the 90s when technology was just coming in and there was just enough just to make things easier, but without it being so overwhelming. It feels like it's just completely taking over our lives. Jenni from cruisemummy.co.uk also went on to give pointers on how to spot some of these fake AI-generated cruise stories. Check the source. Is the article from a known cruise outlet, travel blog, or mainstream publication, or is it an unfamiliar site? If you've never heard of it before, it could be fake. Also, look for over-the-top language, phrases like passengers feared for their lives, total chaos, that kind of thing. Also, cross-reference the facts. Before sharing a story, see if other credible sources are reporting the same details. In fairness, I did do my research and I thought I could trust the source that put the story out, but it's not always the case, so do be careful. Also, beware the too convenient narrative. For example, AI tools often create stories that follow predictable, dramatic plots, even if the facts don't support them. So there we have it. AI, it's really great for day-to-day things. I'm sure a lot of you use it. That said, when it comes to news stories, that kind of thing, AI has a very good habit of, well, I'd say a very bad habit of hallucinating and sometimes taking the facts and twisting them to make them sound like a bigger story. So, I mean, this is a scary world we live in, isn't it? I'm quite a gullible person. I don't mind admitting that. And I think a lot of people may have seen that picture yesterday and thought, oh wow, that's a crazy fire. I hope everyone's okay. And to think that it was fake and, you know, to be fooled by it, it's not good. And it honestly is a scary world that we're living in. The internet is a gift. It's great. Without the internet, I wouldn't be talking to you now. But it's just getting to the point where you can barely believe anything that's on there, and it's a really scary world. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think better controls need to be put in place to make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen? Let us know in the comments. Well, that's it from me. Normally, I only do 2 news weekly updates, but I felt it was important to put this one out today just to set the story straight. I'll be back with you next Tuesday. And of course, I'll be back with Ben for more cruise vlogs as soon as possible. Catch you later and stay cheeky, sailors.